Want to support the show? Check out patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs for ad-free episodes, bonus content, and more. It helps keep everything going, and we wouldn't be able to survive without the help from listeners like you. So check us out, patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs.
Welcome to the Hot House.
People who I don't really truly love, I don't worry about as much.
They have places like this all over the country.
Rob and I are very much in love.
Too many emotional strings attached.
Oh my God. You're just trying to get your 15 minutes.
I like licking girls' teeth.
Oh my God.
Why did you go home?
Reality TV 101.
You kids have fun arguing semantics. I'm gonna go meet the professor regarding the alien test subject.
Welcome to Vanderpump Robs, a podcast about the Valley. I'm Rob Schulte, and with me, of course, is Kate Shapiro. Kate, this is the first time I'm covering the Valley and living in the Valley. So I'm here to report back on everything that is happening.
Should find Jax.
Honestly, probably wouldn't be that hard. I would just have to look at like 3 gyms.
Yeah, that seriously. Ask Shane Davis.
That's the other thing I was going to say.
He's posted on social media. I guess it's like World Autism Day or something. If I got that wrong, I apologize.
No, he did.
But,
he did. You're right.
Because I think it's the first time I've seen Cruz in a bit. And I was kind of like, cool, I'm glad they're not using their baby as a prop. And then this episode came out, and then all of their like social media in the past couple days, I'm like, oh, I guess that was just like a break. They did like a mental health break of using their baby as a prop. Now he's back.
It's amazing how it's also the, premiere day, and Jax has to post something because he can't post about the show. So this is a very Dakota move by Jax here.
It's a very Dakota move. He's like, I'm such a great father in this episode where she's talking about like going to Cabo with a rando. But look at me. Who's taking care of the baby? Well, that was happening.
Well, before we talk about the Valley, Kate, is there any West and Amanda updates we should talk to the people about?
Favorite one of the day is the blind fight that Rihanna is now involved. And Rihanna has unfollowed Amanda and is talking to Ciara and is introducing Ciara to an A-list actor who just won an award, which sounds like Michael B. Jordan. Which is so funny and so unbelievable, but also like maybe a little believable that Rihanna is just like smoking weed and like DMing Ciara being like, yo, I think I can get you on a date with Michael B. Jordan.
If anything, at the same party, right? Because we do know Rihanna's a fan, but
the
fact
she unfollowed Amanda.
Yeah, and that she unfollowed Amanda, which is, I think I saw a Threads post that was like, if Rihanna unfollowed me for my actions on reality TV, I'd have to go to therapy for the rest of my life. Which maybe would need to happen for most people on reality TV, whether or not Rihanna unfollowed you.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there. I love that in this Valley episode, which we'll get to, Janet does talk about how, I started going to therapy. It's great. And it is like exactly what it's like when someone on reality TV goes to real therapy. They're like, holy shit.
I don't think it is real therapy, though,
No,
because
of course not.
She was like, I'm going to like protect my peace by being as mean to people as possible. Which is not.
I'm rooting for Janet this season, but I'll explain more of that later, because the other thing in the Summer House world is that TMZ claims that Ciara has now obtained the video of West and Amanda getting intimate from across the street.
Why is there always a weird illegal video? I don't think like there needs to be revenge porn in all these stories. No. Why is there revenge porn again almost? But I would believe that Ciara would track down. Like I found, so there's someone named Meha, and she's saying that she's been West's girlfriend for 2 years, which you could not waterboard out of me. That I was West's
2
girlfriend.
Years? You've dated this guy for 2 years.
I know, that like guy who's like known for being a player, who's like made out with multiple women on television, like has had multiple confirmed relationships with Brianna Chicken Fry of all
This
people.
guy. This is the guy.
Yeah, I just don't think I could be the biggest clout chaser in the world, and I wouldn't do that. But God, now I've forgotten what my point was about her.
Well, just that she's come out and said she's been in a relationship the whole time. West has like dated Ciara, not dated Ciara, dated Dara, not dated Dara.
Oh yeah, and Ciara follows her, and so like, so I think that means that Ciara followed her to like compare timelines.
Probably.
Which, you know, if something like this happened to me, I would also befriend all of the side hoes and like compare
hell
timelines.
yes.
We all would. And so, yes, I think that Ciara will want proof of this. And Kyle, in his like funny like interview on the street, said that
I didn't see you there.
Ciara had information before he did. Like she has more evidence. So I think in putting together a timeline, I think most of these people found out on March 30th, like including Kyle. I think that is like when they found out, not because that's when Lindsay started posting weird shit and Austin Kroll started posting weird shit. But she was supposed to do some brand activation with like sleep vitamins or something with Amanda.
Yeah, I think she had like a weed deal too that she was going to do.
And that was last Tuesday, like March 24th. And they did it separately. So that makes me think that she knew then or had some, like she suspected. And another thing that like Kyle said was like, Wes Watch What Happens Live was super sus. So I think everybody, and that was Monday, I'm pretty sure. I think everybody watched that and was like, what? So I wonder if there's something in there, because it wasn't that sus. He's just not very good at talking. I wonder if there's something in there where like he told on himself in a way that we don't understand because he's not our real friend. Unlike Ciara, who's my best friend.
Interesting.
And there are pictures of it. But
yes, we have seen it. I mean, you hung out all over Miami with her and,
we're best
Madison.
Friends. Yeah. She's heartbroken. We're best friends. And so I believe it's weird that TMZ's treating the video like news, though, because that has been like a rumor floating around for the last couple of weeks that there's. Yeah. We talked about it the other day.
We made fun of it earlier this week.
Now, like, everyone's like, the video. And I'm like, I thought we all knew about the video and we thought the video was weird.
Yeah.
But people don't like to think. I was looking at a lot of threads from like right when the rumors came out. People were like, Amanda would never do this. And I was like, these same people are now like, Amanda, I always knew there was something wrong with Amanda and West has CTE. It's the only explanation for this.
Insane. Does West play sports? I know he likes
played,
sports.
He was tight end for Montana State University.
Yeah, I'm sure he got knocked around a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure Wes has CTE. Him and Travis Kelce just have CTE parties together.
The other thing is, also I should let everyone know if they hear any weird moans, it's because Elvis is being a real big brat today because mom's out of town. So he's trying to get everything he wants from me. So that's him. But I think that the other thing with this situation is West CTE is also like the flock of videos I'm seeing now where people are like, I think Amanda might be on the wrong medication too. I'm like, look, that could be true, but chill out. Chill out here with that.
I hate to say it, but like Jon Hamm on Watch What Happens Live when Andy Cohen was like, do you have any thoughts on this? And Jon Hamm was like, just Ciara was really fucking weird to me on the red carpet about this. But he was also like, this is just like the vagaries of human behavior and people make weird decisions and like you can't really follow them because like not every decision that you make, especially in your personal life, especially when it has to do with like sex and love, makes sense. They're like literally poems written in time memorial about this kind of shit. Like the Iliad is about like cheating. I don't know. It's not because someone has CTE or someone is like should be on Prozac when they should be on Lexapro or something. It's that people make mistakes and they make weird decisions and we don't know why, and maybe they don't know why, and maybe it's not because they are brain damaged, and that's a weird thing to say.
That is so fucking weird. And if it made sense, if any of this made sense, even if you could plot together that like it made perfect sense to date someone, like Amanda wouldn't be dating someone who arguably parties harder than Kyle more often.
Kyle clone.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I look forward to seeing more insane takes online that I can giggle at and go, what a weird person who decided they wanted to put that up online. It's great.
West SCTE.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about season 3 TE, episode 1. That didn't work, but
3 TE.
Yeah. Season 3, episode 1, You Can't Sip With Us, which aired April 1st, 2026. This is the Valley, folks, and the blurb is Brittany tries to get her sparkle back in a new relationship, and Zach worries they're moving too fast, that Brittany is moving too fast, I guess. Bad Peacock blurb.
It feels like they put 5 minutes into ChatGPT and was like, just do this blurb, when they should have just been like, our favorite crew from the Valley is back. Kristen and Nia just had babies, and these two just moved, and now Lala and Schwartz are here to stir things up, and same with Jesse's psychotic girlfriend. I just don't know why it wasn't something like that instead of just about Brittany. Maybe she has the best SEO.
Well, and it also probably is someone who doesn't get paid very much is tasked to write these, and they watch the first 5 minutes and then write something.
Yeah.
Because they've got to get like through 100 a day or something. Yeah.
I noticed that Southern Hospitality, Summer House is number 1 in the Peacock top 10. And Southern Hospitality was in the top 10, but not the Valley. So it has been overshadowed. And I saw online, people are like, I don't give a shit about this. I'm locked in on Summer House. And I'm like,
The problem with the Valley, and I do think this episode, we'll get to it, has some good stuff in it. But the problem with the Valley is everyone on the show is so desperate to not have to get a real job. And it shows, and it's so phony. It is millennial doggo mustache finger tattoo. I hate the word moist, compacted into like 6 people who are in the death rattle of a TV show. That's what the Valley is.
Yeah. I had to unfollow Lala recently because like all of her content is this like really cringy TikTok Gen Z like stuff that looks like, I don't know, her assistant generated it for her, like little jokes about being a mom, and it's just so like it's so annoying.
It ain't it. It ain't it. And the previous episode I did, bonus episode with Tom Sharpling, he gave me a good perspective on Lala, so I'm a little bit more optimistic about her this season, but not any of her stuff she does outside of television at all. No, thank you. That ain't it.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive into it. Will this show be good without Jax?
It's the $1 million question that even it seems like the producers are worried about at this point.
Yeah, because they just start with the Jax sign coming down. Do you remember that we were there the last night Jax was in operation? Jax wasn't
there.
Coke
at Jax's the last night it existed.
I did
and it
not,
was crazy.
folks.
Remember there was that Armenian birthday party there? And like
they
everyone
were just
who works
arriving when I got there. Folks, Kate and I were there at different times, but we were both there on the last night it was over.
I was there at Coke o'clock and Rob was there at sober o'clock.
I was there at like, we're not even serving food yet, but I guess I'll turn on the fryers for you o'clock. Where it was like a 90s themed, like there was like 2 sad N64s and like snap bracelets.
Yeah, and being in that weird like FEMA tent.
Yes.
And I was talking to the bartenders and I was like, it's pretty busy. And they're like, this has never happened before, ever. And there was no clue that it was going to close like the next day.
Yeah. And it was literally, I woke up to Instagram posts of like, well, the sign's on the ground. Damn.
Yeah, my cigarette butts are probably on the ground that they just shattered the Jax sign on.
You know who's not living in the Valley? Zach and Benji. Zach's still living in WeHo. and doing Ozempic on
traitor.
television. He's a regular Mindy Kaling.
Didn't pay me to do that either.
No.
Like I did Ozempic before my wedding, and I don't know if I need to see. People don't need to see me injecting something into my body on television. Maybe if I actually had diabetes and I was like a diabetes advocate.
This shows you how ridiculous a self-image is for someone on there. Zach was never even chubby.
And he got like everyone to tell him, "Don't I look skinny? Don't I look skinny?" It's like he looked fine then.
You looked skinny
now.
before, dude. You know what would help a person who's not chubby look skinnier? Not going out and getting fucking loaded as much as possible.
Yeah.
Also,
Can't ask
here's a
that
quick
of
question.
him.
Speaking of like body image and such, and this is, I'm going to tread lightly here. Are Brittany's confessionals shot post surgery?
Oh, they gotta be, right? She has 2 outfits, I know. But so I think her mommy makeover is in like the 3rd or 4th episodes of this season.
So you would think you'd
And-
get through 3 episodes before you start doing confessionals.
Yeah. I mean, that whole Kyle interview, there was a lot of what he said that was like really interesting about like the actual making of these shows. Like he talks about like how often he texts producers, which is like kind of often. And like he was like, Wes had a lot of time to like, he's really mad about that confessional about the Wolf of Wall Street. And he was like, West had time. That was so strategic. That was so calculated. He's 5D chess, Nancy Pelosi over here, because we have time to think about what we say in those confessionals. So,
Yeah.
I think it might be post. And I think it might be post. She looks
Interesting.
exactly the same, so it's hard to figure out.
That's where I'm going with it, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything in particular. I just couldn't tell a difference.
I saw online that because she made a big deal about how she got new boobs, and everybody thought, oh, great, a reduction. And that boobs never looked right, and it always kind of seemed like Jax forced it. I think she replaced her boobs with the same size boobs. Someone said that.
There was one like thing on the upcoming this season, and she's like, "Oh wow, I can see over my boobs." And I was like, "Okay, but if you got the same size boobs, because she's like laying down on the bed and like looking down." I'm like, I
have pretty big boobs, so I'm trying to like figure out like, have I ever had that? I guess like if I'm standing, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
understand that comment as someone who has big boobs.
Jasmine and Melissa have moved to the Valley, and Melissa is type A, and Jasmine's laid back, and that's why she has all of these rules of what you can do at their upcoming wedding and what you can't do. That feels very laid back.
Yeah. I guess she's not really laid back. Ha ha ha.
Isn't that hilarious? Kate, and this is where I say thank you for not inviting me to your wedding. I didn't need to see Bridezilla Kate, okay? Whoa. I did not need to see Bridezilla Kate.
Whoa. Okay.
Listeners, Kate and I had just met each other when her invites went out. I didn't expect one, but I will say I still bought her Craig Conover pillows for her wedding gift.
Yep. I like those gifts.
Yes, they were better than Craig Conover pillows. They were better.
I don't sleep with my head on them, but I like a body pillow. I
Exactly.
I sling my arm around it.
That's their purpose, folks. That's the tip from Rob to the listeners. Get them something they're not going to get themselves, like 1,000 thread count sheets. These are good gifts for people.
Yeah, my favorite
Especially-
gifts were like rugs.
Yes, exactly. Tapestries, all that sort of good shit. Well, Michelle has her own place now, and her cocaine-themed honey boyfriend, Aaron, dumped her. But she's also not divorced from Jesse, and it's been 2 years. And here's the thing. She keeps being like, Jesse wants to, like, he's prolonging it. And Jesse's like, it just hasn't happened yet, which leads me to believe that it's not as easy as Michelle is making it, because it doesn't seem like Jesse is a spiteful dude in previous seasons, but he's not bringing up anything that would lead us to believe that. So, but Michelle keeps being like, keeps protesting a bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be custody. I have a feeling this crazy Lacy person has something to do with it. Because, and some people I know's divorce, there's like clauses in it about like when you meet significant others and like who your child can be around. And those are questions that I feel like those two would fight about. Like I could watch their divorce mediation as a reality television show.
Which makes a lot of sense when we hear Jesse being like, I wanted her to have a conversation with Michelle, which seems odd on the surface. But if it's a means to an end for the divorce, it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually really liked Michelle this episode. I hated her always. And now she's kind of growing on me. I think she's finally learning how to be on TV a little bit more.
I agree. There was only one thing that made me get a crooked eyebrow, but we'll get there later in the episode because we have to talk about Danny and Nia living out in Santa Clarita finally, and Danny just being so happy about having a yard, I guess, and Nia simmering about this whole thing.
Team Danny. They have so many kids, and they lived on top of each other in that tiny-ass apartment.
Exactly.
And I mean, I live in a really small house with only one other person and like a dog and a cat, and that's a lot. Like, I can't imagine having that many children running around. Like, I can see why he's happy. And I don't know why they had to move all the way out there, but whatever.
Well, and we've never seen any other suggestion except Nia being like, I want to live in LA where work is. And Danny being like, I want to live in a place where we're not in bunk beds. So what's the happy medium? If there isn't one, then I guess we're moving to Santa Clarita.
She seems like someone who like will stew and simmer over something and let him do it, but just simmer over it. I thought it was pretty fucking nuts that they moved and then she had the baby and they drove over an hour to the hospital. You're not supposed to do that. Like you
almost had a baby in the car because you wanted to drive an hour and a half when going into labor. Yeah, that seems like a risky maneuver. Speaking of pregnancy, you remember the Peter and his Russian girlfriend, like, we're expecting. Well, she recently posted him and her at this like jury duty event where they're on mechanical bulls. And I said, oh, well, she's probably not pregnant if she's riding a mechanical bull.
Yeah. When did they, I've been thinking about that because when did they post that?
Valentine's. It was around Valentine's Day.
And you usually would post something like close to like 3 months into your pregnancy.
Yeah.
She would be showing is what I'm trying to say by now if she was really pregnant.
And also, if that was just like rage baiting or engagement baiting of some sort, what's the other side of that then? You can't just post shit. Like, you have to at least have some sort of plan.
I don't think Peter does.
But she's done music videos with Eric Roberts.
I think her plan is just funneling money to the Russian government.
Peter's going to be in a gulag soon.
Yeah, she seems like a Russian bot that has come to life. That's what she seems
We're expecting. Well, Kristen and Luke had the daughter, Kaya. She manifested. Yeah. You wrote exactly what I wrote. She said, I manifested my baby with everything I wanted. And she proceeds to describe an Aryan child.
Yeah, she was like, it doesn't look anything like me. Thank God. Kristen, you're beautiful. So that's very weird. And she was like, blonde hair and blue eyes.
That's what I wanted. I wanted a blonde hair, blue eye baby.
You know, a lot of kids are blonde and blue eyed, and that changes. She could still look like you. Get a better body image, please, Kristen. That's so sad. She's so pretty.
Sad. And oh God, we'll get to it. She doesn't know how to be a woman, or she knows how to be a woman, but she's not quite sure how to be a mom, right? And she doesn't know how to be.
No, she knows how to be a mother, but she doesn't know how to back to being a person, like a woman.
She's totally in mom mode. She's in mom mode and can't get out of it for the most part.
Yeah.
And they haven't had time for themselves or sex or relationships.
It's been 3 months. Come on.
Well,
it hasn't been long.
And also,
It really hasn't been long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has not been that much time. So this is heightened a bit, but it ain't helping that like Luke is like, oh, you're going to stay home with the kid? I'm going to go get drunk with the boys. I think that's
I'll be back for
probably a bit of a
sex
turn-off.
later.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no matter how you have your baby, that like things suck for like a while.
It might take some
down
time
there.
to heal.
Yeah. He's such a fucking loser. I know there are rumors they broke up. I don't think they did, and I really want them to.
Oh God, yeah, he sucks. But don't worry, Kristen and Nia are planning a release party for their babies.
Yeah, what the fuck is a sip and see?
They talked about it on Mormon Wives too. Like, this is a TikTok trend, right? These are like things people see as a trend, and then they're like, "Oh, I could do that with my baby. This is a new thing."
Baby launch.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Look, you can get cotton candy. You can come see my baby. Whatever happened to the old-fashioned way of just bringing a gift to someone's fucking house?
I know. Like, that's what I would want. Someone to bring me, like, some fucking takeout and just, like, sit on the couch with me. I don't know. But
not have to, like, plan an event for something when I haven't left the house in 3 months more than once.
I mean, Nia probably has it all down. She probably popped that thing out, like... It was kind of striking how Kristen looked like so frazzled. Still great. I was still like, wow, you're like still looking really good, even though you're like frazzled and look miserable. But like Nia is like dressed like a 1950s like housewife with like her makeup immaculate and breastfeeding in public quite a bit in this episode.
Hey, which we're all for. We support that, and that's fine. Yeah, but every scene, literally.
Yeah, for real.
Lala and Janet are shopping for baby gifts, even though Janet will not be going to the party because everyone hates her except half the cast? I don't know. It seems like everyone wants to talk about how much they hate Janet except for when they hang out with Janet. So maybe just Kristen hates her now. Oh, and Nia, of course, because of the Danny stuff.
Well, Janet is not dropping the dark side Danny stuff. It was a year ago. Like, get something new to be mad about. And I guess she has, which is whatever is happening at this pool party.
Lala and Kristen are chill despite their rocky past. We get a good flashback to like season 5 of Vanderpump Rules. Janet is there just for moral support to get a good gift or to film a scene with a new cast member. But Janet's been going to therapy, working on herself. She has to be less dramatic. Therapy's working out great for her. She wants to tell everyone else about how therapy is and how if they just did therapy too, it'd be really great for them. But Kristen doesn't want to see Janet either because I guess there was a pool party at Brittany's house. And Brittany told Janet that Kristen wasn't going to be there. Told Kristen that Janet wasn't going to be there or alluded to those things. Maybe I think she straight up said like, oh, I don't think she's coming, even though she invited both of them.
Oh, yeah.
And when Kristen shows up and Janet was there, she like made it what Janet said is she made a scene and was yelling about how, well, you told me why is this person here? This is crazy, and made all of the children cry. And I don't know how much
while
that
holding
is.
her baby.
Yeah.
Just as a prop. I loved that.
It's just ridiculous because I don't know how much like this does seem like something Kristen would do, but it doesn't seem
like something Brittany would do also.
Yes. But it doesn't seem like it was this large thing. It seems like Kristen like got really intense about something, and then Janet probably fueled the fire, and then probably Janet being frustrated is what made her kid cry, and the fact that she had to leave the party and take her kid. The kid's like, I just want to play in the pool with my friends, and now I can't.
Imagine showing like a 3-year-old to pool and then being like, no pool, no hot dog, no ice cream, we're going home.
Yeah. Oh, God. But she says she wants peace. She's not going to get it. And Lala definitely doesn't want any drama. Okay, she's above the drama.
I can't believe Lala has gone this long with nobody fucking questioning her about Randall, like elder abusing Bruce Willis.
I know. It must be a legal thing, or else they'd be bringing that up. Do we think Magical Tiki Boat producer Jerry is still producing this show? I saw him post today that he's producing some show with Kim Kardashian that I'm sure is going to be phenomenal. But after really biffing it on season 11 of Vanderpump Rules and quite frankly season 2 of The Valley, I think he got fired from Bravo.
Well, he's on this episode.
Well, yeah, they show him, which I have thoughts on either. Anyway, what are your thoughts, folks? Let us know. Write us in. Write a letter in. Let us know. And also, we're going to take a quick break. Kate, people need to know the Patreon has been updated, so support the show over there. You're still going to get some video episodes in the public feed, folks, but if you want every single episode we put out, bonus, all video, all ad-free, everything, go to patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs. You do it because you want to support the show. Everything else is an added bonus. And then there's a surprise tier if you want to take a look at that too. That's fun. All right, we'll be right back.
Jax is so threatened by Rob. Threatened by Rob.
Quick reminder, patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs is where you can get every episode ad-free plus bonus episodes and full video. Not to mention Discord access. One low price, everything you need, simple as can be, plus the satisfaction of supporting the show. Patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs. The link is in the show notes.
You kids have fun arguing semantics.
Brittany FaceTimes with her new situationship. Now, Brandon is an old friend from Kentucky, and it seems like it's the guy she dumped to move to LA and date Jax.
So I had some thoughts from when Brittany entered the show, and there was like a weird timeline with her and her like boyfriend, and like going back through Brittany's posts. Remember that? Going back through years and years of posts. And I remember something. I feel like I remember this guy. I feel like she like dumped him or something.
I think he also
Jax.
shows up in the Jackson Brittany Take Kentucky series. It's all very odd, but they just went to Cabo together. Oh yeah, career-changing, life-changing moment to attempt to get yourself on a reality show for dating Jax. Ugh. He still lives 3 hours away, and he calls her pretty and loves that she's an independent woman. And she needs everyone to meet him because he might be the perfect man, and they might get married.
Yeah, we know they're not, so
Yeah.
have a hard time. Like I guess what I'm supposed to be like is like, good for Brittany. She's getting her self-confidence, her sparkle back. She's not only a mom taking care of Cruz, but she's like going to Cabo with a man and getting compliments from him and working and what did she say? Being physically active. I'm not sure what that means.
What does that mean?
It's kind of saying I'm going to the gym without like being fat checked on going to the gym. Like Rob, I did 10 minutes of cardio today, but really that just means I walked my dog. I don't know.
I did 10 minutes of a HIIT Apple Fitness workout today. So I'm on my way. Speaking of two guys who really want people to tell them they look good, Schwartz and Zach's meet for a drink at a Wild West themed bar in the hottest afternoon possible, I guess, in the Valley. Schwartz looks completely pathetic in this scene. He's like, I'm divorced, broke, all of my businesses failed, but I've got new glasses and I'm on a new show, and it's actually a good thing. It's really shown me what life can be, and I'm getting my sparkle back too. All right, Schwartz.
This guy just can continue to be on these shows, and I don't know what he adds. I miss when he threw drinks on people, but he doesn't even do that anymore.
No.
He just fake flirts with people. It's so boring.
And like does a Jimmy Fallon laugh in like every situation.
He gives nothing. Yeah, he's just like, I guess, like he's like a dog. He's like having a dog in the show.
Yeah. Like a big weirdo dog.
Yeah, big shaggy golden retriever, but not even Jeremiah sat as golden retriever. Like kind of an ill-trained one that jumps up on you too much.
And Zach wants to just start talking shit. in this moment because he knows that if anyone will
Yeah.
agree with you, it's Tom Schwartz. Brittany's moving too fast. The guy said, Brandon, I think his name, said he loves you to her. She's vulnerable, and he thinks that Brittany still needs to do work on herself and that she hasn't really done anything except tell Jax that she wants divorce, but not actually divorce Jax.
I think this is spot
disturbing.
on. I think this is actually really good friend behavior. Like,
Yeah,
she has done
considering
no
she, like-
work on herself.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
And Zach has known her since high school. If anyone's
Yeah.
giving these notes, it's Zach. This is exactly it. And she, she does not have that same closeness with Zach that Zach thinks that they have.
Yeah, I don't think she does with anybody. Maybe her mom. Like, she just seems like she keeps everyone at, like, arm's length behind that, like, sorry, but fake Midwestern niceness that people like her and West Wilson have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've known it firsthand. I've experienced it. I've done it. This is exactly what those fucking people do. And Schwartz is like, what she needs to do is master date. She just needs to go on a bunch of dates.
Oh, I thought he literally said masturbate, and I was like, probably she does. Like, she seems like one of those people who, like, does not know how to masturbate. Like,
yeah, they tried to do the like clever little thing where he's like, I'm a big proponent of master dating. It's whatever. But Kristen and Nia, well, we kind of already talked about this. I merged this with our other talk, so I'm going to jump ahead. Luke and Jesse end up tapping the Rockies and talking about what it's like being married, being in a little relationship. Kate, did you bro out with these guys while they were kicking their feet up?
fuck these guys. I mean, I like Jesse, but fuck Jesse kind of in this situation. Like, there's no reason that your ex-wife and your new girlfriend need to talk. I'm sorry, but I know divorced couples, and I know divorced couples with kids, and there's no reason that they need to talk. Like, maybe if you see each other at the fucking, like, recital or whatever, like, don't throw a chair at them. But, like, there's no reason they have to talk. And the fact that he's pushing this is, like, fucking so annoying.
Like I said before, if there's a stipulation about the divorce and who gets to hang out with the child, I understand that. But that doesn't mean that Lacy has to go on a coffee date with Michelle to talk things through. That's why you have mediation.
Yeah, usually those clauses are written like with like, we all have to meet. So Jesse would be there too. It's one very controlled situation. Yep. And then after that, like, nothing. Like
nothing.
That's
Not
it.
at all.
You don't need to be friends. This is so weird. And I get the feeling he's doing this to torture Michelle. Like, she said she accused him of doing that last season and sounded crazy, but like, this seems like torture.
Yes.
If me and Kim got divorced and had a kid, and Kim was like, you have to meet my new girlfriend, Lacy. You have to meet her. Like, and you have to be friends. Go talk to her at the party. It would be literal torture. I, like, couldn't handle it.
And he keeps saying, we just need to have this, like, modern family approach to it. And I think he's talking about the sitcom where there is not one single situation where an ex has to talk to another former relationship partner.
Yeah.
That's not in that show.
Like, it makes me think that he just wants to be really weird about holidays. Like, he doesn't, because usually it's like, oh, if you have Christmas, I have Thanksgiving, and like, I think he wants to like somehow have every single holiday with his kid, and that's just not going to happen. You're divorced. Yeah.
You got divorced. That's what happens. Well, Kate, if your blood wasn't boiling enough at this point, Luke's like, I get it, man. Kristen's not paying attention to me, and I really want to have sex with her, but she's sad for some reason all the time. I don't fucking get it, bro. I've been a father just as long as she's been a mother, and I'm doing fine.
You know what happens to people's bodies after they give birth? Like, they have their period straight for 6 weeks. Sometimes they have hemorrhoids. They just pushed a gigantic, like, 9-pound thing out of them, or got it cut out of their stomach and pulled out of them and had a major surgery. Like, and before that, you were pregnant with 9 months with some alien that's like trying to steal all of your energy. Like,
Yes.
And now you have something that, like, if it falls asleep on its stomach, it might die. Like, I don't know. I can't believe he made the decision to go on national television. This is so dad talk of him to be like, oh, why won't my wife have sex with me? Like, fuck you. Go masturbate in the shower.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Watch porn.
He's like, I tell her I love her big ass. Why doesn't she want to, like,
I
fuck
love your
me?
big, fat, disgusting body. Like, I love it. Look at those titties. Like, no, like, if she doesn't feel good about her body, I think she has time to not feel good about her body right now. Like,
Also,
oh my God, what a jackass.
This is such a jackass thing, and it's also so, like, one-sided. Like with Jackson, all of these people, like, they get all of their romance and relationship rules from the TV show Friends. If you're not having sex like 5 days a week, something's in trouble. Sometimes you just take breaks. Sometimes you have to realize you're in a rut and do something more than just say, like, babe, why aren't we, I think you're fucking hot.
Just
why aren't we having
complaining.
sex? Yeah.
Yeah, what women love hearing is like, oh, why won't you have sex with me? Why won't you have sex
That's really
with
going to
me?
turn her on, Luke. Not now. Maybe if you put in a smidgen of effort and maybe gave it more than 3 months after, once you guys actually know what it's like to be parents and kind of have it down more than 90 days, then maybe you can start working on the romance side of things again.
Yeah, and filming a reality TV show within that.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate it when, like, Jesse was like, you think you might have the baby blues, like insinuating he has postpartum depression or something like that. And he's like, you know what? Maybe I am, like, maybe I am a little depressed. He won't say depressed, but maybe I have a little bit of the blues. And, like, I have a little Bravanon theory about men in these reality TV shows. They are always shown in this, like, sympathetic light if they show any sort of, like, vulnerability. Like, I just want to be intimate. Like, it's almost like these shows show that as, like, oh, they have a good point. They have a good point. And it's that all of the people who watch these shows are women. And so it's kind of like showing us a behavior. It's like we should cut men more slack. Like, you know, what he's saying kind of, no one's ever telling him, fuck you for this. No one.
Yeah.
No one in this episode is like, hey, maybe give your girlfriend who just fucking gave birth like more than 3 months before you start hounding her to fuck you. Like, nobody says that. They're all very sympathetic towards him. Like, what a great dad he is. And, like, there's even, like, a scene with Lala where it's kind of like he's a catch. And I think it's, like, weird and wrong. And we're supposed to, like, show men as being, like, way better people than they are. And I don't like this dad talk thing.
Yeah. And it's totally dad talk as well because Luke now has, like, the cool guy mullet, which is so stupid.
And
you
they
know
don't show him doing anything with this kid, by the way.
No.
Kristen's doing everything.
And you know the thing that he wants to say or possibly did say and they didn't put it in the episode, just because I know you just know it based off of this conversation, that he was like, she won't even go down on me, bro. You know that's something that he said. You just know it because he's that
even
type
if
of
her
guy.
vagina's all fucked up from giving birth to my child, like, she won't even suck my dick. Like,
Well, Lala, Janet, Michelle, and Brittany go back to El Coyote, the scene of the crime last season where Janet had like 6 margaritas and started yelling at Kristen, which is awesome. And Brittany brings a wicker basket full of tequila for Michelle. Here's your housewarming. Sorry I was in Cabo whenever you moved out.
I loved Michelle's, like, look at that. Like, oh, yeah, I guess you make me, like, pre-mixed margarita when I come to your house. Like,
Okay. I've got a $300 bottle of tequila sitting at home, Brittany. I don't need your off-the-shelf thing you just got.
yeah, and also give her, like, a Joe Malone candle.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this.
Get someone something they want for their housewarming party, not something you want every single morning, Brittany. Like this,
You know that she's not ever drank that, and the only time it's been drunk is when Brittany comes over.
Yes. And if it is, I mean, leave it to Brittany to give someone like a margarita set for their housewarming party. Like, this is not what you give someone for whatever.
It wasn't
Janet's
even a margarita set. Like, I'm sorry if it was like one of those like shakers or those nice cocktail things, that would be one thing. But it was like Don Julio's margarita mix. Like, you could see the plastic bottle, like some like 1800 tequila in a Pier 1 like basket, like probably from Home Goods for like $4.
The thing you can buy at Pier 1 that's already put together, like a World Market, right? Like, you just pull this basket off the shelf with everything in it.
Like, getting a nice mix. World Market would be a good place to get a nice margarita mix. Like, you know, and a nice, like, you know, margarita cup or like salt rim or a book or something. There's a way to do this gift classy that Brittany's incapable of doing.
Would never. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Janet's got a skin tag on her taint. And it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard on TV. But good for her for being vulnerable about it.
Yeah, and Lala has a skin tag taint removal guy.
Yeah, but the only rule is you have to shave your coochie before you go. Okay, thanks.
This is like the Lala school of reality TV of like telling us way too much, like, and thinking that makes you some like strong, brave woman to tell us about like your hemorrhoids or something.
How insane is it that Brittany's like, I'm afraid I'm going to get bored with my new boyfriend because he's not raging out and punching walls and throwing things.
He's not toxic enough, so I think he's boring.
Holy shit. Like, just planning the end before, like, moments after you're celebrating how you've gotten your sporkle back.
Does not know what to do without Jax. She doesn't know how to not talk about him. Like, I'm sure they've said, like, don't really mention him. Like, this was her saying, I don't know if I like him if he's not like Jax.
I mean, Jax and Brittany are getting back together. We've already called that.
Oh, yeah. And because, I mean, this could be a really good season for her if she was actually, like, savvy about this. But she's not, so she can't do it.
No.
So.
And let's be clear, Jax is a monster. We know this. Jax was he's off TV for a reason. We're not siding with Jax, but Jax has years and years of being very entertaining on television, folks.
If I was her, I would feud with Kristen.
Ooh, that would be good. Remember when you fucked my boyfriend and I wasn't on the show yet?
Why can't you just get along with Janet? Why can't you just get along for my sake? For my sake.
Oh, man. See, Janet doesn't care, quote unquote, about fighting with Kristen, but also clearly cares a whole lot. And she thinks Kristen is using a baby as a prop, and yelling at Janet at their pool party was unacceptable. And we talked about this earlier. Brittany is like, I'm a people pleaser. I couldn't do it. It's like, no, this is totally your fault, and you made this happen.
Lala called her out or tried to.
Yeah, at a situation that wasn't even being filmed. That's how you know how bad Brittany is at this.
Yeah, well, I see what goes through her head. I think she thinks, oh, if I just parent trap these two, they're just going to work it out. They're going to work it out. Everyone's going to be so happy, and everyone's going to say, Brittany, thank you. Thank you, Brittany.
I just knew it would work. I knew it would work. We just needed you to give both. Shut the fuck up. You are a coward, Brittany. You are terrible at this.
And if you meet Janet and Kristen for 5 seconds, their personalities are just oil and water. They'll never get along ever.
Yep.
It's just not going to happen. And I'm glad that Lala was like, so why did you do that? Why'd you do that?
That seems really weird, Brittany. I didn't like you on Vanderpump Rules. I'm not going to pretend like I like you now.
Yeah, it was very funny that she was like, you know, Kristen and I have no drama, but she didn't say shit about Brittany.
Exactly. And she's just hoping Brittany doesn't be like, or maybe she's really hoping Brittany goes, didn't you fuck my boyfriend the day before I moved to LA? Well, let's think about that while we take our final break of the episode. Folks, remember, support the show and don't hear ads at patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs. I encourage you to go sign up and see our special new tiers. You're going to love it.
Jax is so threatened by Rob. Threatened by Rob.
If you're listening and thinking you want more from Vanderpump Robs, go to patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs and get everything. Ad-free, bonus episodes, video, Discord, and special bonuses. It's the easiest way to support us and keep the show going, and we'd very much appreciate it. Patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs. The link's in the show notes if you'd like to join.
You kids have fun arguing semantics.
Sip and see. We've got a sip and see, Kate. It's a baby launch party. Look, we've got beautiful blue-eyed blonde babies.
I love these white babies.
Yeah, I love all these white babies. Kristen's 20 minutes late to her own party. Oh, God. She just seems so
sad.
I know. I want Kristen to succeed, and I don't want that to be just because she's a mom, right? Like, that is a huge success, but I don't want to see her. This is not why I watch the show. I don't watch the show for Kristen being terrible in her own life. I watch the show because she's messy in other people's lives.
Yeah, watching these people navigate parenthood actually makes me like a little like uncomfortable. I don't like watching it.
Yeah,
I don't want it. And I don't like, did you notice that the peacock picture for this episode is just a Aryan baby staring straight at you?
No,
of all the
I didn't
pictures.
see that.
Of all the pictures. Because like King came in and was like, is that Zach who's mad at Brittany? And I was like, I don't know why it's just a little baby. Like that baby didn't sign an appearance release. It's so weird.
Oh, God. Schwartz is also trying to flirt with Michelle. He's like, we're on similar journeys. We're just out here. He's like recording an episode of his podcast on shrooms here. He's like, we're just cosmic beings, just trying to get our sparkle back. And the rest of the crew want them to get together, I guess.
It's so producer plant. It's so a producer said Schwartz hit on Michelle, and Schwartz is like, well, she's not. And even though he comes up to her and it's like, I don't know if you're really my type, but like I think you're like still good looking. It was
But wouldn't it be great
weird
if we
day.
could keep this job for a while?
Yeah. And it was just such a kind of fake chemistry type. I mean, I think everyone has a little bit of chemistry with him because he just laughs all the time.
Yeah, as I said, he asked to get a picture with me. I was like, wow, this guy's great. That's
he
who
seems
he
like a
is.
charming dude, and like
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind talking to him, and like I think he has natural chemistry with like everyone, but it's so put on, and especially everybody being like, like that's gonna work out. I know that they're opposites. Like, are they opposites? I don't really know enough about either of them to be.
How opposite are they?
Opposites.
Michelle like barely talks on this show.
Yeah,
unless
they're
it's
like Michelle's like a
complaining.
white wine woman, and he's like a beer and a shot guy, and I'm like. I think people have different personalities than like what they would order at a bar, but maybe not to these people. And it's only Kristen who's like, I don't think this would work out.
No. And Kristen's like, because I've known Schwartz for a very long time. He's not settling down unless it's with a woman half his age, which we'll see where that relationship goes. That he's currently
Hopefully to
in.
the Naples television show that I would like to
Ooh.
produce.
Yes. Well, Jesse invited his girlfriend Lacy, and Michelle's so pissed about this, which I think she should be, because Lacy was like, I'm not appearing on the show. I'm issuing everyone a cease and desist if you talk about me on the show, until I'm offered to be on the show, and now I'll show up, which I kind of respect that a little bit, though, to be like, if I'm not, they're not offering me a contract to be on this television show, so don't talk about me on the television show. I kind of dig that, but she does seem very annoying.
She's wearing like a really white shade of foundation. I'm not a makeup person, but she looks like a mime kind of. And also she looks drunk and nervous.
Yeah.
She looks like she is her girlie's first time on TV, and you're making Michelle look like a pro over here. That whole interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Michelle just looked at her like, really? Really? You're coming on my show and talking to me like this?
I think this is the best we're going to get out of that initial reaction situation or in meeting of these two. But it could have gone so much worse in a lot of ways. It's definitely not getting any better. But I also wonder, is Lacy as bad as all of these ladies are saying? Or is that Jesse's influence on Lacy?
The cease and desist letters is crazy.
But it is a cool move.
Cool move, I guess, but crazy. Yes, I think she's great. And she...
Yes, also. I will agree with that.
Well, is the question that she's like savvy or crazy? Like, is she... I think she is crazy.
Okay.
Like, and she looks crazy. And she
needs to be good
that,
friends with Kristen then. That's going to need to be her...
For how savvy she is, she walked into that with no plan at all. She kind of tried to neg her, but like she's like, you seem like you're doing way better after, everything.
We do have to jump over to Lala, Kristen, and Luke hanging out, where Lala's like, wow, my baby Sosa looks a lot like Luke. Isn't that weird, Kristen? And Luke's like, well, I did donate sperm to the bank where you got sperm from. And this feels stupid because there's no way that it happened anywhere near the same time, even though I know it's a cryobank. It's for like, this just feels ridiculous that it's even in the show.
Okay, and also they read out like true. When she reads like the profile of the sperm donor that she picked, and she was like, athletic and lean and 6'2". This guy's not athletic and lean. Like that is not. He's like he's skinny, inbred seeming hit guy. He looks like he's from Appalachia, this guy.
He's from Martinsville, Indiana, so that's pretty damn close.
I can't Lala, good producer point here, because I would not ever want to say that my daughter is maybe related to this guy.
Yeah, or looks like him in any way.
And also, it's not every baby blonde hair and blue eye. Like, it's all weird.
Yeah.
Who would ever pick this guy out of the book? Like, I know they're not showing pictures, but like, I want my baby to have accountant blood.
I love my accountant.
Yeah, don't you want your kid to be an astronaut? Like, I don't know.
Well, after Michelle stops her conversation with Lacy, she goes back over to Lala, right, to talk about this. And then we get this moment that I actually think is, I'm not sure what they're trying to do, where they flash back to the finale of last season where they say, well, she actually showed up to filming. And so that means that that she's trying to mess with my life? Like, what are they trying to say here? Because I have extra thoughts, but Kate, did you get anything from this? Like, why was it weird that she showed up?
Well, I guess she sent all those cease and desist letters, kind of acting like I don't want to be on this show, and if I'm not on this show, don't talk about me, and then showed up to the filming of the show.
But specifically, the scene that we catch from her before it becomes iPhone footage is her being like, oh, it's 10:30, Jesse, you said you guys were done. Sorry, I'll go back into the bar. And then Jeremiah, a tiki magician boat guy, is like, what is she doing here, Jesse? He's like, I told her this was the time we were supposed to wrap, so we were going to go out. And he's like, well, we're obviously still filming. And it's like, yeah, that hasn't been communicated to Lacy until right now. So why is everyone freaking out?
I mean, everybody was so drunk at that party. And I do remember last season, like, she was the cease and desist letters did feel very much like I'm better than this show.
Absolutely.
And like, so I think there's that. Everybody was really drunk at that party. Why, Jesse, would you have her meet you at filming? Like, can't you meet next door to filming? Like,
well, it is a rooftop bar that's like roped off. So I could see her like in the restaurant inside, right?
Well, yeah, but why wasn't she in the restaurant? Why did she come straight into filming?
Good. That's a very good question. And I would love.
And like Brock was there saying, she didn't sign a release, mate. She didn't sign a release. Why is she here?
Why is she drinking out of her shoe?
Today.
Right?
Doing a lot of character work today. I thought this was a weird fourth wall break for almost no reason. It seems like they got it last season, and they're like, "This is so good, but we can't use it because she's not refuses to sign a release." And
Yeah.
but why did she show up after sending those cease and desist and acting like she didn't? I mean, I feel like there's a way to meet up. I'm sure Jesse did make this all happen through some torture scheme, but
Sure.
she didn't have to show up to a place where there are cameras. She looked directly into the camera and was like, I guess I'll come back later.
She looked directly into the camera and goes, "We're expecting," because that's who she does remind me of.
And remember, Jax was around being freaky and kind of crazy at this party, drinking a ton and going
extremely
up to
coked
terrorize
out
people.
Jax. Yes.
Yeah, it was this was a weird vibe already. And then it was kind of confusing because then it was Michelle screaming, "Fuck you, fuck you." And they were all screaming, "Fuck you." And was Lacy still there, or was she screaming at Jesse, "Fuck you"?
I think we're supposed to think she was screaming at Lacy and Jesse, but we have no idea why everyone this does seem like even if she did jump in, she was like, "Okay, I'll leave." So this is we are missing some crucial information at this point.
I mean, I love it because I love divorce drama, and I feel like there's a lot of divorce elements here.
I'm loving this more than I'm loving what we saw in Summer House before the West and Amanda reveal.
Yeah. I feel like Jesse was probably introducing his kid to this woman without saying anything to her.
Yeah.
And she's probably getting dumped for not working out enough by a cocaine guy. And
Probably.
I feel like there's a lot of his weirdness there. And also he knows exactly how to activate Michelle, which is this.
Yes.
Bringing your new girlfriend to filming this where everyone is already drunk and has high tensions. I forgot what Michelle was up to at this thing last season.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it is weird. I think this Lacy person's crazy. I'm with Michelle on this one.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and find out because it's just a new season of The Valley, Kate. But I have an MVP. Do you have an MVP for this episode?
Let's do you.
We'll do me. Janet is the MVP of this episode, Kate, and I'll tell you why. She's being vulnerable about therapy, about skin tags, about how she did nothing wrong, and she's just reacting to everything everyone else does, like Kristen. She'll meet the ladies back at El Coyote, where she was definitely at her lowest last season, and joke around with them and explain that her friendship is important, but she will not bring herself or her child around anyone that's going to scream at them. And I think that's reasonable. And I think that we're going to see a more learned Janet this season. And whether or not that means she's going to be perfect, I don't know. But I think she's at least understanding that she can't just be the enemy this season. So I await the reveal of this bigger Janet arc this season.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where's her husband?
He definitely was not on this episode at all.
She didn't even mention him.
Yeah.
If she did,
and they got
it was
tattooed rings. Isn't that what you and Ken did? You got tattooed wedding rings?
I had that idea when I was 19. I was like, the guy I'm going to marry, we're going to get tattoos so I don't have to wear a wedding ring. And I got married and I was like, no, thank you.
Could you not get buried in the family cemetery if you do that?
Yeah, I know. Can't do that. Happy Passover, by the way.
By the way, I'm going to watch Charlton Heston and the 10 Commandments this weekend, I think.
Okay.
Do you have a Seder tonight, Kate?
No, sadly I don't. I'm not eating bread. I don't do that.
Oh, well, none of us eat bread. We're in the media, so we're not allowed to. It's against the rules.
I eat matzah. I'll eat matzah.
Well, it's 11.
I had a chicken McNugget today. I figured that was okay. I have this brain thing where I'm like, well, it takes 5 seconds to make a chicken McNugget. And the whole thing about not eating leavened bread is they were running away from the Egyptians. So they didn't have time. And you could make a chicken McNugget in this time period.
It's true.
Because I'm a rabbinic scholar and about chicken McNuggets. So.
And that's what they call you in the comments on this, the rabbinic scholar, Kate Shapiro. On this. Well, Kate, did you have an MVP or should we go on to a voicemail?
Well, you know who I love? Michelle. She's really warming on me.
This is a real MVP for you.
I guess it is a real MVP. If I was doing like a fake MVP, Brittany getting her sparkle back with her situationship, like, you know, I love all the physical activity that she's doing. You can really tell all the physical activity that she's doing. She's really being a great mom by going to Cabo for a week with some random man that she just brings into her life anytime she's sad over Jax. It really sounds like she's completely over him, considering that she doesn't want to get serious with the new guy because he's too nice, and she's gonna miss being, you know, with someone who's unpredictable and scary.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's a really great housewarming gift to give someone just like a sack of tequila and some really sugary margarita mix and like a thing of Epsom's or like thing of salt for the rim. You know, Michelle's really gonna love that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because she's such a, you know, French 75, like white wine girl.
And then Schwarzenegger will never mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. And what else is great is questions from the fans. And we've got a voicemail today, Kate. And folks,
is it from your mom?
It is not from my mom. But folks, you can leave a voicemail by calling 321-376-ROBS, or just send Kate and I a DM, or email us at contact@vanderpumprobs.com. All of these can get your questions or just statements. You don't have to ask a question. You can just say, listen to this, weirdo, I got a thought. And we might just answer it on the pod. Kate, let's get this voicemail going here.
Hello, this is Jazz, a.k.a. at J. Henley Brown on YouTube. I am the host of Channel Surf and The Q, which I think is one of the most fun YouTube series I sit with actors and reality TV stars to talk about what they like to watch when they're not on TV. But enough about me. My question is, do you guys think reality TV has gotten too self-aware? Like, are casts now playing characters instead of just being like normal people on reality TV? I feel like that's the reason why a lot of newer seasons don't hit the same as older ones, because everyone is coming in trying to play a version of what they think the internet might like, or a version of, you know, a past really popular reality TV player. So yeah, do you guys think that reality TV has gotten too self-aware? Thanks. Bye.
Good question, Jess. Yes.
Absolutely. Like, I think the reason why Scamanda and Scandival hit so hard is because they accidentally acted like human beings. Yeah. Like, and they don't ever do that. And they're kind of like taking their mask off for a second, because like, what's so crazy about that is like Amanda is usually like, oh, I like sleeping all the time and smoking weed and I'm just a chill girl and I don't like want to go out anymore. But dating Wes means, no, you actually love going out. And there's all these videos and receipts of her going out and like getting drunk with Wes all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it means that what you have been delivering to us is a facade. And whether you're lying to us or you're lying to yourself, like, it's clear. And with this episode of The Valley, like, none of it felt real. Like, Schwartz is clearly told to hit on Michelle, and you know it's not real. You know that Brittany's like situationship is like just a storyline, because she has decided that her storyline is like, I'm getting my sparkle back after Jax. But you know, in real life, that's not happening. She's not getting divorced. She's not telling us why she's not getting divorced. There's nothing about like Cruz and like how things are going there, which I don't think are good. And like, that would be interesting television, but they don't want to show us that. And I don't know, I guess there's a reasonable, like, oh, they should, you know, have some privacy, but not really. This is your job. And you've made a contract with us, the viewer, that you're going to show us what you're really like. And nobody is doing that. Like, nobody's actually talking about what's going on. Like Michelle and Jesse, like how we spent this entire time talking, oh, it's probably about their divorce and like the stuff in their divorce. Why do we have to like figure that out? Why do like we as commenters, they should be telling us how it's going. Like, and it's so annoying. They just only care about followers. Like, going back to Summer House, Kyle in that interview kept going straight back to, you know, Wes has gained 50,000 followers. And that he's so obsessed with that because it's all they think about. It's
Yep.
all they think about is like brand deals and like that stuff. It's not about who they are anymore. And that's what the only ones that might still be that way are like Below Deck, because they cycle out. And it's just, yes. And that's why we love Scamandas.
Yeah, it's why so many people cycle out of Summer House as well, because they don't clock in and lock in like a West, or like West and Jesse are the only ones who have done it in years, because they just are going by the playbook, right? Become a weirdo who will do whatever it takes to stay on TV. And much like the covenant with God the Israelites had, we too have a covenant with our reality stars, Kate. We need them to act a certain way for entertainment. But the moment you break that, you will get waves crashed into you, and you will die, and you will start worshiping false gods. And the false god for them is fame. They need to be a certain amount of self-aware, but they can't be distractingly self-aware, which is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think what a lot of people rub them the wrong way about the West Amanda statement is that they think they deserve privacy.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. No, you don't. Not in this situation.
No, Mary Cosby deserves privacy right now.
Yes.
But like West and Amanda, like having like a weird gossipy like relationship.
While West is out here filming her doing the Macarena at nightclubs, you didn't want privacy then.
Influencers. Your job isn't having no privacy. Like,
there's, oh my God.
There's a place for privacy, for influencers to have privacy, and this isn't it.
Yeah.
In fact, like, pick up the cameras and tell us more about it. Like, this is no stakes.
But they hope that we respect their privacy here in this.
I don't respect your privacy, West and Amanda, at all.
West is a guy from Kansas City. This is a real bad look, dude. And I know some bad looks from being from Kansas City. This is boner behavior. Anyway, Jazz, hope that answers your question. Folks, make sure that you subscribe to patreon.com/VanderpumpRobs, where you can support Kate and I. We really need the help. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. It's very important that you support the things that you enjoy and get at least a modicum of fun out of listening and watching. There's a lot of new perks, so go check them out. But also buy Kate's book, which is linked in the show notes, and subscribe to our Substacks. And tell a friend. Send this episode to a friend. Send it to your family group chat this Passover or Easter. It'll give you something to talk about, I swear. We will see everyone next time on Vanderpump Robs. Goodbye.